Now it's time to shift gears into the skeletal muscle system. So there are over 650 named skeletal muscles. So for simplicity's sake, we're going to focus on 16 of the major muscles that move our bodies. So with the skeletal muscle system, there's four main functions. So excitability, so its ability to respond to stimulus, contractibility, the ability to contract. Extensibility means it can stretch, and elasticity means return to initial shape. So excitability would be maybe touching a hot burner and being able to respond quickly. Contractibility would be doing a bicep curl. Extensibility would be touching your toe, trying to touch your hands to the floor and getting a hamstring stretch. And then elasticity, being able to, once you've done that stretch, return back and not just be all loosey-goosey. Much like the bones, there are a handful of muscles that we are going to focus on and that I want you to be familiar with. So with that, there's also more common vernacular with these given names. So instead of saying trapezius, a lot of people say traps. So these are the more common terms for those 16 muscles that we are going to be focusing on. Each muscle has muscle tissue, and there are three different types of muscles in our body. There's our cardiac muscle, smooth muscle, and skeletal muscle. So for our purposes, we're going to focus on the skeletal muscle. So they're just like they sound. They're the muscles that are connected to the skeletal bone structure that we just reviewed. And they have three main functions. So motion, so they're the ones that help us move along, run, jump, do cleans and jump ropes. Heat production, so maintain normal body temperature and then also regulate our temperature when training. And then maintenance of posture. So the strength of our muscle groups all working in synergy help us sit, stand, move, and so on. As far as coaching goes, understanding how the muscle tissue works is vital for not only being able to prepare our members and their muscles for movement, but also being able to work synergistically in order to keep our bodies safe during movement and to reinforce their main functions. So our skeletal system and our muscular system work very closely together in order to create the movement. And they're held together by two different things. So you have tendons and ligaments. Tendons are attached from bone to muscle. And ligaments are attached bone to bone. So tendons are the ones that help move your bones, and then your ligaments are what stabilize your joints. Both of them are way stronger than our muscles. Ligaments specifically, they have a lot lower blood supply, so they take a lot longer to heal when damaged because they don't constantly have fresh oxygenated blood flowing through. There's also a difference as it relates to injury. So if you are to injure a tendon, it's called a sprain. And when you injure a ligament, it's called a strain. So those are just things to think about as you're on the coaching floor, and if anybody has any aches or pains, kind of understanding where they are coming from. Some of the more fun things about muscles are the effects that training has on our muscle tissue and our muscular system. So we obviously know that when you train, you get stronger. So it strengthens both the connective tissue and the muscles themselves. We can train the control and the balance of our muscles. So you've probably experienced that when learning how to do a clean and it's all wonky at first, and then you kind of fine tune and find your bearings there. You can increase your muscle size and efficiency, increase the amount of myoglobin within your skeletal muscle, and the storing ability of your glycogen. So those just allow you to either continue longer or use more of your sugar sources for energy. Muscle is way more efficient at disposing waste products through the bloodstream, and they increase in muscle recruitment. So a lot of great things. The more muscle we have, it also helps our metabolism. It helps decrease fat. So the muscular system is really cool from the fact that it is what allows us to move. It also allows us to do all the fun tricks we like, and it helps us stay lean and trim as far as our hormonal and metabolism goes.